All right, so I'm gonna get started with Maya here. So I have my the program opened up. Many times you'd be prompted with windows that ask if you're beginner or experienced, and I would just click on experienced and skip over some things that um, Maya is going to want to walk you through. A lot of times you'll end up with, especially if you've created recent projects, you'll end up at this page at the opening, and this is where all of your most recent projects are that you've opened up. Sometimes you might end up in a place that looks like this, and that's fine too. But in order to get back to where we need to be, I'm going to go to this home button here. It takes me back to these menu options. Today we're going to get into some interactive tutorials, so I'm going to go to Getting Started, and this is where there's some interactive things that you can follow along with. Each day you'll have a task as we work our way through these four basic ones here. So to start, this is how you're going to start each one of these things. You'll get to Getting Started, and we'll work our way down the line depending on what the assignment is for that day. So let's start with basic skills here. I'm going to open this up, and it says, do you want to save these? I haven't done anything here, so I'm not going to save it. Then I'm going to let the Maya tutorial kind of run here. So it starts to open up, and it says to click begin the tutorial. And so you're going to be prompted with a lot of things. You're going to have to click here to advance to the next step. And so here's where the kind of intro to Maya is going to begin. So we'll watch through this little animation. It's going to kind of talk about some of the things that you can do with Maya and so forth. So there you go. MayaBot is what this guy's name is, and let's see what he's got to say. Now there's going to be a lot of things once this is all through. It's kind of talking about animated characters and lighting and shading and all the things that you can do with this program. It's going to get to a point where you're going to have to do kind of a follow along. It'll prompt you with a task and what you're going to learn how to do. And so he's going to show us around right here. He's going to start by talking about how you're going to move around your area. And so Alt left click dragging is going to be how you tumble. And so it says over here, try tumbling around and then click next. And so we'll try the task first and see what you have to do, like this. All right, I know how to tumble now, and then next. All right, try tumbling behind me to look at the horizon. So you have to be, it's sometimes very specific on what you have to do. And so I have to tumble around behind in order to advance to the next step. And it's going to recognize that I've done it and prompt me on the next thing. If you hit next or go on to the next thing without having done it, it's often going to glitch. And if it starts to glitch or have problems, you're going to probably have to go back and restart this tutorial again. So try to keep up and make sure that you're seeing what it has to do. So tracking, and so I'll do this thing here, showing me how to track, and then I'll hit next, and then it gives me a task. All right, it wants me to walk with him, so I'm going to try to track this MayaBot as he's walking by, and it kind of understands that I've done it. So now that it says track, and try to get a close-up view, okay? Make sure you read the details because otherwise it's not going to know that you've done the thing. So there we go. So now I've tracked and got a close view, and then it prompts me with the next thing. Get a good view of the hometown, which means I have to go the opposite way. All right, and it understands that I've done that. So I'm going to keep going through the whole thing here. And this goes with all the other tutorials as well. It's going to kind of prompt you, kind of help you learn some basic steps, and then it's going to give you some tasks to do to help you kind of get some practice with those things. So work your way through the whole tutorial, but before you end up closing this down, it's very important to take a screenshot of what you finished in the last part of the tutorial before you close down the scene. So, and this is not the end, but as an example, to take a screenshot, you will do Windows Shift S, and you will drag over the whole scene to capture what it is that you need. And then the little window pops up that kind of prompts you with the image that you took. This is going to be saved in a pictures folder within your File Explorer. So when you open up your File Explorer, you'll see pictures and you'll see a folder for screenshots. And in there is where you're going to find all the tutorial or all of your screenshots that you've taken for the tutorial. So that is what you're going to do and what you're going to submit as like your evidence of like mastering these skills. So sit back, watch the animations, see what you can pick up, and practice some new techniques and tools in Maya.